Ladies and gentlemen, today is December 2nd. Oh my god, it's December already. 2011, and this is BroodWar Weekly number 4. I should stop counting because it's weekly. It's not like day 9 dailies, and then you just go from like 1 through 100. I mean, I'm just reporting news on this show. But, yep. I originally thought we had lots of things to cover, but we only have things to cover from the Pro League results and some little bit of analysis. I'm not going to do that much analysis today only because we only had 6 matches and we are already into Pro League season, but we are only through 6 games, and I don't want to start analyzing just yet because you don't know what's going to happen in week 2 or week 3. So that's going to happen later, sometime during the show, probably into like next week or next week. But I'm going to talk briefly about Pro League later today. But first, this is BroodWar Weekly. I'm going to cover almost everything that I can find or everything that I want to find because sometimes I'm lazy. That I could cover in BroodWar scene. And first, we're going into the foreign results that just happened. All to the Nation Works Week 4. Poland defeats Russia 4-2. Eastern Europe actually defeats Hungary 4-3. It went to ace match. It was really hectic. Germany beats Western Europe 5-1, really easy there. USA beats Asia Pacific 4-3, and another walkover this week. Latin America walks over Nordic, so Latin America gets a free win. Gambits Club Week 3 also happened. Team GT beats Team MB 4-1. Team Reps beats Team DM 4-2. Team IFU beats Team AOB 4-2. Team IWL beats Team Pain 4-1, and Team LRM, who lost to Team MB SAS in the Gambit Cup 1 finals, defeats Team SAS 4-2. So interesting to see that Team MB SAS MB, who actually took first place last season in the first Gambit Cup, is actually not doing very well in this season. Now, what's slightly more important than the foreign results is going to be the actual results of SK Planet Pro League 2011-2012 Season 1, Week 1. On the first match, we have SK Telecom T1 taking a win against the Kespa Ace team 3-1. We have Air Force Ace beating KT Roaster in an upset of 3-2, especially with Air Force Ace winning the last 3 sets. We have CJ Entus just crushing STX Seoul 3-0. We have Samsung Khan barely winning over Woongjin Stars 3-2. The 8 team also defeated KT Roaster in their second match. This was also surprising because KT Roaster was too up. I'm screwing up. Oh my god. This is what happens if S&M gets a bad grade in the week. KT Roaster actually won the first 2 sets and then lost the next 3 to the 8th team. And CJ Entus also destroying again, this time destroying Air Force Ace, who actually took down the last season winner KT Roaster. Now, going into the news a little bit, surprising news that I found on a few days ago is Forlan's news on the on Team Liquid forums. I don't have a picture for it, obviously, because I don't have a picture of Forlan. I could just put in, I don't know what picture to put in. I'm sorry. But we have a foreigner All-Star team forming, and this is basically what happened. A website called BroodWar, I think I'm saying that right, because I don't know the actual website. Apparently the website called BroodWar is organizing a team league, Winners League style, 6-on-6, 6 players on 6 versus 6 players, and they actually contacted Forlan saying that we want a foreigner All-Star team competing in this, and the teams also competing in the league are going to be teams like Minus, teams like Cal, Shield, you know, Bisu Shield, C Shield, Team Ever is the Killer, I think it was, yeah, Team White like Best White, and Team Endai. So those famous clans in Korea will also compete in the league. Like I said, it's going to be 6-on-6 Winners League format. The time is going to be 12 CET. It's going to be on either Fish or Brain server. That's to be announced. But it's going to be from Monday through Thursday. As far as I remember, I should have brought that up, but oh well, it went somewhere. Anyway, 32 teams will be competing in 8 groups of 4, and top 16 from the group stage will advance. Now, the thing is that for the foreign All-Star team, Forlan is still recruiting. Now, if you did really well in the past TSL or ISO or any of the tournaments that's happening right now, then, and if you want to play for the foreign All-Star team, I would highly suggest you to talk to Forlan or just post in the thread, and then probably he will pick you up or test you out. I don't know the process. I'm not really involved with it. I'm just reporting what's happening with the scene. Another thing that's happening is that we just got a recent tweet from Violet saying that his conditions has been getting better from the leukemia that he had last I think early last year, late last year, and then we didn't see him in the Pro League scene for a long time. But it seems like he is going to return to the Pro League scene as early as end of next year or sometime next year. Now that's if the conditions get really well, and then if he actually brings up his game up to his prime or pro gamer skill by next year. But it's high. I'm not saying that it's highly likely. I'm not saying that Violet is going to return next year, but there is a possibility that Violet may return as soon as next year, not early next year though. And interesting thing that everyone just missed is going to be Kesper ranking. I'm just going to show the ranking to you guys, but it doesn't really matter because oh my god, where did it go? Okay, there it is. Kesper ranking November. I checked 10,000 times to make sure that all my photos were correct. And then now it just says Kesper ranking November 2011. This is Kesper ranking December 2011. My bad. Okay, so the rankings actually haven't changed much, except Jangbi and Zero actually switching places. Jangbi going up to the 4th place and Zero just going down, one down in the rank bar. We haven't seen any movements in the Kesper ranking lately, only because we didn't have any matches in November, and then we just started the new Pro League season, which is December, and we only had 6 matches so far. Only 4 teams had 2 matches, rest of them only had 1. Alright, so that's going to be the news portion for today, because I could have covered a little bit more, but the other one I'm going to integrate it into the one big news that I just found out. I'm going to integrate it into the next gen, which is going to be the gossip slash discussion session. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about the BroodWar, the new Pro League format, best of 5. I did say last week about, best of 5 keeping players short with the no ace. It's a good chance for a lot of teams to field the unknown players. I have to say, wait, why should I start again? Just watch the VOD after the show. Anyways, I have to say, I haven't seen many new players getting fielded into the games, but it's only because it's been week 1, and then they just wanted to get the wins right away, and then just be on the top of the game, starting from week 1. But here's the thing: last year's winner, Katie Roser, is actually in the last place right now with 2 losses. Now, here's what happened: Katie won the first 2 sets against Air Force Ace. And then they lose the next 3 sets. In the first 2 sets, they use Flash, first of all. And then going into the second match against the Kespa Ace team, the Ace team, Flash was also fielded. I think it was a set 1 or I think it was set 2 against Jaehoon. Was it Jaehoon? I think it was Jaehoon. But he was fielded. KT went up 2-0, and then they lost the next 3 matches. In contrast, we have some teams like CJ Entis who ended up being the second place in the Pro League regular season last year. They destroyed 2 teams. They destroyed Air Force Ace, and they also destroyed STX. So all 3-0, very strong team at the moment. Now, here's the thing: KT used to be a strong team last year. In the beginning they didn't do well because of the new best of 7 format, and then they needed some underground players to actually step up their game so that they actually start winning. Now the thing is that I've seen this article on FOMOS, some news article, and I could try to bring it up right now. But when I look at the stats for the KT's, when I look at the KT stats without Winners League last year, it was kind of devastating. Only slightly above 0.5 in terms of wins, or slightly below that. It's only because in Winners League you have players like Flash or Stats who just step up from their game, and then just do an all kill. And then if you remember, KT started out from 10th place again last year, and then they were in the bottom range until they got to Winners League, and then they went from 10th to 1st. So without Winners League this year, KT Roser is actually going to have too much trouble, especially with no ace, because if you field Flash from set 1 through 4, then you can't use him in set 5. No ace. That's the biggest problem for KT Roser at the moment, and especially with losing the first 2 games. Now in regular season per team, they only have 21 matches instead of 42 that they would have had if this was a full year league. We have 2 separate leagues, so we only have 21 matches per. So KT Roser losing the first 2, not looking great for them right now. So the coach Lee Ji-hoon actually needs to step up, field the right players for the right sets, and their players actually needs to step up their game. And players other than Flash actually need to start winning more games. Like if you look at Air Force Ace match against Air Force Ace, you had Action versus who was it? Action versus Gameo. No, not Gameo. Action versus Firebat Hero, and then Action just like he could have ended the game. He could have ended the game and then bring home the win 3-2. But no, Firebat actually took a game from him, and the Air Force Ace actually defeated KT Roaster. And same thing actually happened to KT versus the Kespa team, and that KT actually needs to step up if they actually want to win this season. I can't say which teams are strong or which teams are weak just yet, because we only had week 1 of play, and then we only had 6 matches so far. We only know that CJ Entus is a really strong team at the moment because they went 3-0 against STXO and then against Air Force Ace, who actually defeated KT Roaster. So I would like to see CJ actually going head-to-head against KT in a few weeks, and see how that actually results in, because it seems like past winner versus one of the stronger teams right now. And I don't even know if SK Telecom T1 is that strong at the moment. I mean, they did defeat the Kespa team 3-1, but I think they just fielded the right players. So this season is going to be all about fielding the right players on the right map, and then using the right players at the right time, and not overusing the players too much in the beginning. Else you're just gonna throw the whole match at the end, just like what KT did for past 2 matches. Now, another thing that I really wanted to talk about today is I just saw this on FOMOS like 30 minutes ago, let's say. I remember there was a discussion about BroodWar getting shut down in Korea because of the age issues, and that was the whole movement that the one of the women/family group that they had over in Korea, and it basically got banned because they said StarCraft wasn't distributed that much to the younger age, and then it's actually hard to change the system, so we're not gonna do it, and then we're also gonna step away from the CD games. Apparently, some other group, I forgot which one, but it's also under the Korean government, so it's actually legal. I forgot the name of the group, but now they came up with a new rule about the the real ID system, where it's like you have to be the actual person. Right now in Korea, they're developing a system so that only per person you can only have one account. And you have to verify that you are an actual person. Per se, if I have I used to have a Korean Social Security ID, and then the system that they use is that for one Korean Social Security ID, you could only create one account and one account only. And they're trying to do that for all the games so that you have the age system, and then you shut down the games during the night. And apparently they are saying StarCraft BroodWar is too old. I mean, despite the fact that it's being too old, and then changing the system will be, slightly hard, at the moment, seems like they're going to try to ban StarCraft BroodWar completely. I forgot the reason completely why. Let me just go read that right now. I could just try to read that again right. Actually, I'm not going to go too much into it because it's a FOMOS article, and I don't want to get in trouble because of the FOMOS/Team Liquid thing that they had. But it seems like, I'll give you guys an update next week, but it seems like BroodWar in Korea might get shut down completely. Now, what I'm trying to say is that BroodWar BattleNet, the official BattleNet, US East, US East, US West, the Europe server, and the Asia server, Koreans might get completely banned from actually accessing the servers if the law actually passes. And I don't know what's going to happen yet. It was just a suggestion. The problem has been reported to Blizzard, and I don't know if there's a agreement between Blizzard and the Korean government going on right now. I don't know the actual stuff. I could have read more on the FOMOS article, but I decided not to because that's FOMOS' job to translate, not mine. And I don't want to get into any trouble, especially involving money. S&M is poor. Speaking of which, donate money to S&M! No, don't do that. He's just going to waste it on some stupid computerware. Anyways, that's going to be... Anyways, as far as I know, right now, that's the only thing that I really need to cover because, Pro League just started, and we got little rumors coming out little by little. Oh, also, from what I saw on FOMOS, week 1 of Pro League, they got really high ratings, and if you saw the matches, there were so many fans at the scene. the opening match, SKT won versus Kespa team. The stadium was full to a point where